Good morning YouTubians, it's Comics Ghost. It's Monday, it's a Blu-ray release day, and there's not a lot out this week again. Maybe 10 titles, but most of those are Arrow films, and there's not a single title that I'm after. However, I do have some things to show you. I got some films sent over from Imprint Films. I have a pickup that I made during the week, and I also have a birthday present from Jamie Powell, so quite a lot to show you at the end, maybe 5 titles. Gonna grab a coffee now from Costa. I'll take you back, show you what I picked up. But first we're going to go over to HMV and see what they got on the shelves. See you all in a bit. Here we go, Monday the 9th of January 2023, best part of the week going into HMV to see what is on the shelves, and here we go over to new and trending. So the first title is Lyle Crocodile, a Sony Pictures release from last year. This is a film based on a children's book about a crocodile who lives in New York. It's a family adventure, it's 106 minutes. Blu-ray is $14.99, the DVD here is $9.99. I don't believe there is a 4K for this one. The next one is a Mumbai release of Decision to Leave. This is a Korean drama from last year, and it's about an investigation of murder. This one has a 15 certificate, and the Blu-ray is priced at $14.99, and the DVD is priced at $9.99. Both of these come with a matte finished slipcover, and I don't believe there is a 4K for this one. Next is the Arrow release of The Last Matinee from 2020. This one is a horror film about a murderer that's hiding out in a movie theatre on a rainy day. This one's got a runtime of 88 minutes and is priced there at $9.99. I don't know if they've made a mistake, but there is another one on the shelf, and this one's priced at $17.99, so maybe they got a price wrong. So next is another Arrow release of the Executioner Collection. The first film is from 1974. It's a martial art film about an ex-police officer who hires some ninjas to exact revenge on a bunch of drug smugglers. 87 minutes long and carries an 18 certificate. Next is a Dunwich Horror, another Arrow title and another horror film, this time from 1970, starring Sandra Dee and Dean Stockwell. This one has a 15 certificate, it's 97 minutes long and priced at $17.99. So next is Ari the Natural Part 1, an MVM Entertainment release in 2006. This has a runtime of 325 minutes and does have an English audio track. This will set you back £29.99. So next is Battle at Watergate Bridge, a war film from last year, and it's a sequel to the 2021 film The Battle at Lake Changjing. This film has a runtime of 153 minutes and carries a 15 certificate and is priced at $12.99. And this is what parts 1 and 2 look like together, side by side. And the last thing to show you is this little pen that I found with nipper on the top. Look at that, his little ears are posable, and what's the story of his tail? I'm not sure, but there you go, I'm going to pick this one up. Hey everybody, welcome back. Now these are my pickups for this week. When I say pickups, this one is a birthday gift from a fellow YouTuber. This one I picked up during the week, and these 3 were sent to me by Imprint Films to review on my channel, so let's crack on with it. Okay, so you may notice that the blinds have been pulled down, and that's because the light was coming through and it's making the lens flare, so I've had to shut it. My problem, not yours. So first thing to show you is a birthday gift from Mr. Jamie Powell. Obviously there was a note attached to it, and I will put it up in the corner so you can read along with me. Get off Jamie, get on note. And it says, a gift from Jamie Powell. Happy birthday, Sir Anna D. Comics Ghost, Lord of Brighton, leader of Spawnfolk, manager of Mischief, friend of life. Hope you have an exquisite day, old chap. Hope to see you again soon, sweetheart. Lol. All I love from Jamie Powell. Oh, it's got written underneath what it is, but I will show that in just a second. Okay, so the film Jamie has sent me is Married to the Mob, which was directed by Academy Award winner Jonathan Demme. Now, he's the man behind both Silence of the Lambs and Philadelphia. Fantastic movies. This has got a very impressive cast. You've got Michelle Pfeiffer from Fabulous Baker Boys and more recently Ant-Man and the Wasp, and the Quantum one as well. You've got Matthew Modine from Pacific Heights and more recently Stranger Things. He was Papa in that. You've got Dean Stockwell from Quantum Leap. Alongside those fantastic actors, you've also got Alec Baldwin, great actor. You've got Oliver Platt, very underrated actor. Mercedes Ruehl and John Cusack. So what a great cast that is. It's from 1988. It's a crime comedy and the plot centres around Michelle's character Angelo DeMarco. She's married to Frank the Cucumber DeMarco, played by Alec Baldwin. He's shot and killed and she wants to make a break from that life and the ties of the mafia. However, the crime boss Tony the Tiger Russo takes a fancy to her despite being married to Connie, played by Mercedes Ruehl. And then things are further complicated by Matthew Modine's character, Mike Downey. He happens to be in the FBI and he's assigned to keep an eye on her and see if she still has ties to the mob. But he also takes a shine to her. This has got a runtime 104 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slip and the Blu-ray have different artwork. On the back of the slip there's also that tagline. There's a 16-page booklet. There's artwork on the disc. And on the reverse of the cover there are two images which could be original poster artwork. So that was Married to the Mob. Once again, thank you so much to Jamie Powell. That is an awesome birthday gift. Okay, next title is SAS Rogue Heroes, a historic drama from last year that was created by Stephen Knight. Now, he's the man who came up with the TV show Peaky Blinders, and he also wrote the screenplay for that 2019 miniseries version of The Christmas Carol, which urgently needs a Blu-ray release. Now, in case you don't know what the SAS are, they are the Special Air Service, a top-secret counter-terrorist regiment in the army that was created in 1941 by Sir Archibald David Stirling, who served in the army from 1937 through to 1965, reaching the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. And in this, he's portrayed by Connor Swindells, who happens to live just 9 miles away up the road in a place called Lewis. It also stars Sophia Botella, the beautiful actress from the Mummy film, the latest Mummy film with Tom Cruise, Dominic West, who played Prince Charles in the latest season of The Crown, and Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones. You'll know him if you saw him. I will point out, although this is based on actual events, some artistic license has been used. There are 6 episodes in this, each around the hour mark, give or take a minute or two. Let's open it up and take a look inside. So there are 2 discs inside and each one has the front cover image on it. So that was SAS Rogue Heroes. Okay, now in case you're unaware, I did a video on Wednesday and I picked up Das Boot Season 2, quite a little out and about impromptu video, so check that out if you want. And now it's on to the Imprint titles. Okay, so I've been very fortunate to have 3 more titles to review from Imprint Films, so I've changed the hat there. Titles are Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, City of God and School Ties. Now I've had these for roughly a week as I've watched them all and I feel it's important to give you my honest opinion on them, so let's crack on with these. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, a mini-series from 2004. It's got a runtime of just over 10 hours and it's a supernatural horror show with elements of humour. There are 13 episodes in this, each around 45 minutes, apart from the final episode, which is 1 hour 27, but that's really just 2 episodes back to back. They even have the credits in between. And the premise of the show is Kingdom Hospital, where it's set, is haunted. Don't worry, it's not scary. Happens to be built on a site of an old military clothing mill from the 1800s, mid-1800s, and that mill is burnt to the ground along with the children workers inside. There is a little girl in there called Mary. She keeps the time with a little bell around her neck, and she haunts Kingdom Hospital alongside her anteater, or what appears to be an anteater. It's complicated, but it's all revealed at the end. As well as the mill, there's an old infirmary on the site with an evil doctor in charge. He likes to torture people. And there's also an alternate version of Kingdom Hospital, sort of in between worlds, like Stranger Things, the Upside Down. And the ghost from that is Roman Halls too. And that ghost is Paul. He's a young lad who was an apprentice to an evil doctor. And there's also a dog on the show called Blondie, and you can hear its thoughts. So it's an odd show, to say the least. My wife started watching this with me and she gave up after the first episode, but I stuck with it and I'm glad I did. The picture quality on this is that of a very good DVD, in so much as, well, it's set inside the hospital, a lot of poorly lit rooms and corridors, so images kind of appear a little bit soft focused, but on faces and close-ups, very good detailing. There's lots of different plots going on, as I said, but they all do come together in this dramatic conclusion, starting off with like a few episodes of character developing but ramping up very quickly. It's one of those shows that stays with you, and you know it plays on your mind a bit. Let's take a look inside. There are 3 plain discs, and on the reverse of the cover there are images of other titles available. So that was Stephen King's Kingdom Hospital, and I cannot recommend this enough. If you like X-Files, I would liken this to an extended episode of X-Files. A lot of humour chucked in. Okay, a little bit ropey with the effects, but the characters and the story and just how it all ties together at the end, well worth checking out. Okay, next title to show you is School Ties, which is a world's first Blu-ray release for this one. It's a drama from 1992 and it's set in 1959, and it's got a really good cast in this one, most of which happened very early on in their careers. We'll start off with Brendan Fraser in his very first leading role. He did actually film this before in Encino Man, in case you're wondering. He's playing David Green. He's a star quarterback high school player, and he's newly recruited to St. Matthew's Catholic boarding school. Said that slowly because he's hiding a secret that he's actually Jewish. So that could be a problem. And he's also, this is something he's got to keep from his anti-Semitic fellow students. Matt Damon in his very first role, Chris O'Donnell from Batman and Robin, and Ben Affleck in his very first role as well. So everything at first is going well for David, but it isn't long before his secret gets exposed by a teacher at a bar, and everyone, apart from Chris O'Donnell's character Reese, turn their back on him, including his newfound girlfriend Sally Wheeler. Now, I didn't know that anti-Semitism was rife in America in the late 1950s, so I had a little look online, and according to the internet, it wasn't, but I imagine it wasn't completely stamped out. I have to say, I enjoyed this film. However, not a great deal really happens in it. It focuses on a few new students during a year at school with a scandal during a history test. I can't fault the acting at all. The actors were very convincing. It was an hour and 47 minutes, so a little bit long, but I did enjoy it overall. Take a look inside. So as with all Imprint films I've noticed so far, the slipcase has a different image to the cover, and the image from the slipcase has been put onto the disc. So that was School Ties. If you look at the extras on the back, the interviews with the actors are roughly around about 5 minutes each, but they are missing Ben Affleck's. Okay, next and last is City of God. Yes, I know it's got a UK release, probably about 10 years now, but Imprint popped it in anyway, so who am I to say no? It's a crime drama set in Brazil, and it tells the story of a bunch of teens living in a very horrible, poor part of Brazil known as the City of God, and inevitably they turn to crime. They rob gas trucks at first, moving on to robbing a motel, and this is where things actually take a turn for the worst. See, the youngest of the group, I'd say about 10 years old, called Little Dice, he goes in after the robbery's finished and he kills all the guests and the staff just for fun, so it's safe to say he's a sociopath. Then the gang breaks up, one seeing the light and joining the church, the other one going to work with his father and fishing, and one eventually getting caught and killed by the police. But Little Dice gets away and he becomes this notorious gangster, now going by the name of Little Z. By the way, we're now in the 70s, the motel robbery was back in the 60s. I'll leave it there, but there's a lot going on in this film, and mostly following Z and his rival gangs, and there's a lot of blood and brutality. Picture quality is excellent, but there are a few rare grainy scenes. It's a very vibrant movie throughout, but what an incredible film this is. I never fancied watching this, but I'm glad that I did. It does have subtitles, as the spoken language is Portuguese, and it's got a runtime of 2 hours 10 minutes, so it's not a very quick film, but it's worth it. Let's take a look inside. So again, a different image on the slip box as there is to the cover. And on the disc you have an image there of Little Z and his crew, and he's about to go to war with a rival gang. And on the reverse of the cover you have Little Dice there, goes on to become Little Z. You can see the enjoyment he's getting out of killing people. So that is City of God. If you buy this, I will warn you, there is a scene of rape in this. You don't particularly see anything, but it is disturbing nonetheless. So that was it. Thank you so much to Imprint Films for sending me those movies out to review, and to Jamie Powell for sending me that film for my birthday. Links to both will be down below. So, have you seen any of those, or plan to pick them up, or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below, and I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? And on that note, all it's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.